Why does life feel so difficult? Why are people so soft nowadays? And how can you build true mental strength in a time where people are so weak? The problem is most people don't have the right habits and mindset. And I'm going to break down these habits and mindset from people like David Goggins to Marcus Aurelius in a straightforward, no BS way. Imagine trying to get out of bed but not being able to, or struggle to do basic tasks like walk up the stairs or ride a bike because your body's too weak. If you have a weak body, you'll likely have a weak mind, as the two are connected. Exercise, especially intense exercise, can strengthen the mind in a way that few things can. This is why you need to lift weights, as through the process of strengthening the body, you'll in turn strengthen the mind. When you have an exercise routine where you push yourself hard, close if not to failure, on your sets, you're slowly acclimating your body and mind to the pain. Mental strength and willpower is like a muscle. You need to slowly strengthen it over time. If you're not used to training hard, you need to start out slow and slowly raise the intensity over time. As you do this, you'll slowly be able to tolerate more and more pain without getting burnt out. Next, you need to brainwash yourself. You need to brainwash yourself by listening to books and podcasts from people who are masters in willpower and discipline. You can't expect yourself to be a Stoic master by watching one good YouTube video like this. You need to watch and rewatch videos like this again and again until these concepts become ingrained in your mind, in your psyche. If you haven't read the book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins or listened to his podcasts, I'd highly recommend it. He's someone that made a transformation from going from weak, fat, dyslexic to Navy SEAL and ultra-marathon runner. Another book I'd recommend is The Obstacles Away by Ryan Holiday. This is a book on Stoic philosophy and how to use it to better your life and overcome obstacles that life throws at you. If you don't know, Stoicism is an ancient philosophy practiced by people like Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest emperors of Rome, as well as George Washington, the first president of the United States, and even entrepreneurs like Tim Ferriss. Stoicism is practiced by many successful people in order to cultivate mental toughness and resilience. So if you haven't read any books on Stoic philosophy, I'd definitely check it out. Both the books I talk about, I'll link it down below. The next massive thing is you need to obtain mental clarity. Having resilience and discipline is nearly impossible if you don't have a clear mind to be able to work through your problems and your emotions.
You can put 2 cars in there, you can put bikes in there. And that's like with the mind. People talk about discipline and fucking determination and fucking, repetitions and all this shit. Consistency. Why people fall off the wagon so often is because their mind is full of shit. There's no room in that mind for discipline. There's no room for consistency. They may do it once or twice, but then the mind takes over and that cluttered fucking garage comes in. And then it's like a circuit breaker, man. A circuit breaker just overloads and it fucking sparks. And our minds, that's our mind, man. It's like a fucking circuit breaker that has so much shit in it, you keep unloading it, you can't put any more into it.
Journaling can be a highly effective practice for this if done properly. I find it helpful to journal about my problems and write down solutions for them, as opposed to just thinking about them all day and trying to work out a solution in my head. Writing your issues down or typing them can get you to think about your problems in a clear way, allowing you to come up with solutions to your problems much easier. Journaling about your emotions can also help you to work through them easier if you're going through a breakup or a hard time in your life. So in general, if you've never journaled, I definitely recommend trying it out at least once. Also, just writing things down like lists and things that's on your mind on like a notes app on your phone can help to reduce mental baggage, so try that out as well. The last and arguably most important technique for mental clarity is mindfulness. Mindfulness, to put it simply, is the ability to stay in the present moment without getting lost in your head. The reason why this is important is that it allows you to be more aware of your feelings and emotions in the present moment and to be able to address them without it getting bottled up and becoming a bigger issue. In the Stoic philosophy, anytime you feel strong emotions like anger or fear, you're supposed to reflect on them and decide whether or not it's a valid emotion and how you should act on it. This is basic mindfulness. And being able to cultivate mindfulness allows you to not be a slave to your emotions and allows you to have better impulse control. The best way to cultivate mindfulness is through specific meditation practices, as well as reducing your overall screen time, especially through short-form content. Short-form content and highly stimulative activities like video games destroys your attention span and destroys your ability to be mindful and stay in the present moment. So being able to regulate your screen time is crucial. To do this, you need to replace video games and scrolling on your phone with healthier things like going to the gym, being productive, working on your goals, as well as other positive habits. If your attention span is really bad, or you relapse with your bad habits, or you want to improve your willpower and mindfulness in general, then you need to practice mindfulness meditation. If you're new to meditation, then start out slow. You might only be able to meditate for a couple minutes at a time, maybe less depending on how bad your attention span is. The goal is to over time increase how long you're able to meditate for. As you do this, you'll slowly be able to cultivate more and more mindfulness throughout your day. If you're wondering how to meditate, then I look up mindfulness meditations on YouTube, but there's so many tutorials on how to do so. Another effective yet strange way to improve your willpower is by improving your testosterone. You don't need to have high testosterone to be mentally strong, but having low testosterone can affect your willpower and your mental strength, as having low testosterone is associated with lack of motivation, depression, as well as a host of other negative symptoms. The best way to improve your testosterone is by improving your diet and sleep, as well as exercise, but I've already talked about exercise. There's many different diets that can work, but the main thing is that your diet's sustainable, allows you to be at a healthy weight, allows you to build muscle over time, and avoids microplastics. Microplastics are, as the name says, small, microscopic plastic that's in everything, from your food to the water supply. The problem with microplastics is that they disrupt your hormones and lower your testosterone, causing serious issues, especially in teenagers and children, though they negatively affect everyone. Microplastics come from packaged foods, heating up plastic in the microwave, as well as even things like touching receipts. To be honest, you can't completely avoid microplastics from your diet and environment, so reducing exposure from the biggest culprits over time is good enough. Things I'd avoid is bottled water, cans, heating up food in plastic containers instead of glass or ceramic containers, chip bags, and drinking unfiltered tap water. Just like the previous points, take baby steps and slowly get rid of them from your diet. Also, getting more vitamin D is an easy way to improve your testosterone and overall health, as vitamin D is crucial in your diet, and a lot of people are deficient in vitamin D, especially from people in certain religions, as well as darker skinned people or people that just don't go outside very often. Other than sunlight, supplements are the easiest way to improve your vitamin D intake and increase your overall levels of vitamin D. I'll also link a high quality vitamin D supplement in the description if you're not already taking one. As for sleep, most people need at least 8 to 9 hours of sleep each night. So if you're struggling with that, I highly recommend watching this video I found. Last, and one of the most important things, is exposure therapy. Exposure therapy is when you're gradually introduced to scary and uncomfortable situations to slowly acclimate to them over time and better deal with it. You need to apply this to all areas of your life. If you want to be mentally stronger, you need to go out of your way and face difficult situations. You need to do this by slowly introducing yourself to scary and difficult situations that you can tolerate, and slowly increase the intensity over time. If you're not constantly pushing yourself, you're not going to be able to grow stronger. You need to have a growth mindset and constantly learn the new things by pushing yourself and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. You need to constantly force yourself to adapt and grow. Otherwise, you will never get stronger. So you need to learn and embrace the pain and struggle with open arms. I make videos on self-improvement related topics like this one. So if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. That's all I got for you. Peace.